you knew my story, you'd have a hard time believing me. You'd think I was mine. Joy and sorrow never last. I'll die trying not to live in the past. If you knew my story, my heaven and my hell, if you knew my story, you'd have a good story to tell.
Ladies and gentlemen, Nicole Spano.
I'm gonna give you candy. Come on to my house, I'm gonna give you apple and a plum and apricot too. Come on to my house, come on. Come on to my house, come on. Come on to my house, I'm gonna give you figs and dates and grapes and cakes, yeah. Every Sunday up until the day she died, we gathered at Nana's house. We'd gather once a week and share a big meal as a family to stuff our faces, yell, and argue at one another. Or as we like to call it, love. The meal is always the same, spaghetti and meatballs. Don't bother asking for a recipe, there is none. Nana pours herself a glass of red wine mixed with cream soda, some sort of delicacy, and we dig in. But you might want to watch your portion sizes because Nana could notice and say, "You need more pasta like you need a hole in the head." Come on to my house, come on. Come on to my house, oh come on. Come on to my house, I'm gonna give you a peach and a pear, and I love your hair. The conversations at Nana's are always rousing, and we talk about a variety of things, ranging from family history. Nana married Papa because she loved him, and she also wanted to get laid. We also talk about current events. At just 4'11", Nana was a very small but a sturdy woman. And one day, a small child went up to her in the supermarket and asked, "Are you a midget?" To which she looked him right in the eye and said, "Are you an asshole?" Come on to my house, I'm gonna give you a Christmas tree. Come on to my house, I'm gonna give you a marriage ring and a pomegranate too. Christmas at Nana's was always so special. You know, you'd see these tons of beautifully wrapped gifts under the tree, and you would race up to the tree, grab a present, sit down, and then proceed to very carefully and delicately open the present, being sure as not to crease or tear the paper. You see, this is perfectly good paper. We could use it for generations to come. And good luck trying to have a conversation at Nana's. It's impossible to hear because the TV is always at maximum volume. And when you ask her and say, "Nana, why is the TV so loud?" she simply says, "It won't go any louder!" Come on to my house, I'm gonna give you candy. Come on to my house, I'm gonna give you everything, everything, everything. Don't forget your leftovers. Welcome to my house. Tonight is going to be a lot like family dinner, except instead of spaghetti and meatballs, you're all drinking cocktails. And instead of Nana as your chef, you have Randy and Hannah serving those cocktails. And luckily for us, there's no TV blasting in the background. We just have the very talented Tracy Stark, who promised to play at a very appropriate level the whole night. So tonight, you are going to learn about the real me. And it's important I share that with you because I'm on a mission. You see, I'm currently single, and if anybody here is available or knows somebody who is, I thought I would tell you a little bit about myself and my family, who you'll also be dating. I come from a very typical Italian-American family that has nicknamed me the Pit Bull. My Uncle Stephen says it's because once I grab onto something, I just never let it go. But I don't think that's a bad thing, right? I mean, marriage is a long-term commitment. People don't just give up on a marriage most of the time, right? Well, anyway, if that didn't scare you off, my family just has one requirement. Be Italian. Be Italian. Take the chance and try to steal a fiery kiss. Be Italian. Be Italian. When you hold me, don't just hold me, but hold this. My family is very loud. We move our arms a lot when we talk, and we just kind of tell you how it is. The good, the bad, the ugly. And we don't care if you've asked to hear our opinion on something. We will proudly share our passionate perspective whenever we see fit. For example, at a recent family dinner, while passing the meatballs, Uncle Stephen casually mentioned that his daughter was conceived in a campground bathroom. Please be gentle, sentimental. Go ahead and try to give my cheek a pat. But be daring and uncaring. When you pinch me, try to pinch me where there's fat. Oh, that reminds me, okay. So many years ago, I was on Weight Watchers, and so was my Nana. It was something we shared. But this was the very old Weight Watchers, when you actually had to go to a meeting and sat in the room and talk about your food and feelings. So anyway, this one week, I had lost a ton of weight. And so of course, the first thing I wanted to do was tell Nana. So I picked up the phone and I said, Nana, I'm so excited. I just got weighed. Huh? Nana, I'm so excited. I just got weighed. Huh? Okay, Nana, Weight Watchers, weighed. Oh, I thought you said you got laid. I was gonna say, it's about time. Si un cantante, si un amante. Pick the flower now before the chance is past. Si un italiano, si un italiano. Live today as if it may become your last. Funerals. Funerals are a big thing in my family. People come from near and far to spend a few days, organize family outings, poker games. It's really like a family reunion with a dead body, right? My grandfather's funeral was no exception to this, and people got up to say a few words, as you do, about the recently departed. First up was my cousin Olivia, and she said, my grandfather was a great man, but he cursed a lot. Next up was Uncle Stephen, and he said, my father was a great man, but he hit me a lot. And last up was Nana, and she said, 50 years of marriage, 4 beautiful boys, 8 grandchildren, 50 years. Let's eat. Be a singer, be a lover, pick the flower now before the chance is past. Be Italian, be Italian, live today as if it may become your last. Mangia! Thank you. The Nana I've known has always been very full of love, light, and laughter. But the truth is, she really didn't always have it so easy. She came here from Italy when she was just 4 years old with her parents and her siblings, and they landed in the Bronx. Her father died very tragically. He was a janitor at Columbia University, and one day he was going to lunch. He pushed the elevator button, the door opened, there was no elevator, and he plummeted to his death. And so they tried to seek justice for this, right? It was a horrible way to go. And on the very first day of trial, their lawyer decided to just up and quit and say he could no longer represent them. And that's just sort of one example of how hard it was to be an Italian-American immigrant in this country at that time. Thousands of Italians were flooding the shore of America in search of a better life. But the Italians who stayed at the homeland had a different opinion of what it was like in the land where the streets were paved with gold. Corte casune con un stemmaretto, ma cupolela cavi sera esatta, passa scampianano per tu letto, come no wappa pe i fa guarda. Tu vuoi fare americano, 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 sientami che io fa. Tu vuoi vivere alla moda, ma si bevi whisky and soda, poi ti senti disturbato. Tu ballo rock and roll, tu gioca baseball, ma se di pecamel, chi te di la borsetta di mamma. Tu vuoi fare americano, 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 ma si nato Italy, sientami chi se la niente fa, ok napolita. Tu vuoi fare America, tu vuoi fare America. You're wearing fancy designer jeans and a hat with the peak raised. You strut around the streets of Toledo, showing off to make people look at you. You want to be Americano, 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 but you were born in Italy. You try living alla moda, so you drink whiskey and soda, but all you do is sing off key. You dance to rock and roll, you play the baseball. Those cigarettes you smoke leave your mama broke. They should only make a joke. You wanna be Americano, Americano, Americano. You were born in Italy, don't you know it's not New York City? Okay, Napolita. Tu vuoi fare americano, 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 sientami che io fa. Tu vuoi vivere alla moda, ma si bevi whisky and soda, o ti senti disturbato. Tu ballo rock and roll, tu gioca baseball, ma se di pecamel, chi te di la borsetta di mamma. Tu vuoi fare americano, 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 ma si nato Italy, sientami chi se la niente fa, ok napolita. Tu vuoi fare America, tu vuoi fare America, tu vuoi fare America. You might have a mom, she might be the bomb, but ain't nobody's got a mom like mine. Her love's till the end, she's my best friend. Ain't nobody got a mom like mine. I have a mom who will always go above and beyond for me. One year, for Halloween, I wanted to be a princess. And I refused to wear one of those generic store-bought costumes, as you do. So my mom went to a costume house in New York and bought me a real, genuine princess costume that I wore for years to come and I cherish dearly. I still have no idea how much that thing cost her, though. See, we go way back. Oh, I remember all those times that I cried. She made me feel better. She loving me, loving me, loving me, loving me, love. She loves me like nobody else. taught me how to love myself. When my parents were moving me into college, I was already crying before they left. And my mom was wiping my tears and comforting me. But here's the thing. I went to college at Fordham University, which is just up the street on 60th and Columbus. And my parents live in a high-rise apartment building in Hoboken, New Jersey. You could literally see my parents' building from my dorm window. So, while my dad rolled his eyes, my mom passed no judgment. You might have a mom, she might be the bomb, but ain't nobody's got a mom like mine. Her love's till the end, she's my best friend. Ain't nobody's got a mom like mine. We also share a love of makeup. So my mom is a makeup artist, and she started selling makeup at department stores in New York City, and she worked her way up to television and film. And she did shows such as Blue Bloods and All My Children, and movies like The Wolf of Wall Street and Wall Street 2. And I'm very proud to say that my mother is an Emmy Award-winning makeup artist. I learned a lot from her, and right after I graduated college, I found myself selling makeup on the sales floor of Bloomingdale's, just like my mom. First we take a great big blob of pink, mix in chalk to make the base. With someone blessed with eyes as bright as yours, it's often wise to cover up the face. I can see that you've got problem skin. Oh, don't be hurt, I'm oily too. Just leave your face with me, and soon enough you'll see how girls like us come shining through. My mom has so many great stories from her time working on the sales floor. She had this one couple that would come in, a guy with his girlfriend, and he would buy tons of makeup for her, a great repeat customer, and she would do her very best to pick out the colors and the products that were right for this girlfriend, despite the challenging situation. You see, this man's girlfriend was a porcelain doll. Literally a doll. You might have a mom, she might be the bomb, but ain't nobody got a mom like mine. Her love's till the end, she's my best friend. Ain't nobody got a mom like mine. That is 100% true. But I suppose we should finish off that story. So, a couple months later, the guy came back, and without his girlfriend, and he announced he would no longer be buying makeup because they had broken up. So, I'm guessing it was a one-sided conversation, but she lost a really loyal client. So, I had asked my mom for a little sister. And 9 years later, my brother Matthew was born. She clearly misunderstood that assignment. But since there was such a large age difference, I took it as my responsibility to make sure that he grew up to be resilient and strong. And that's why I took every opportunity I could to scare the living crap out of him. I mean, what good is having a little brother if you can't torture? I mean, have a little fun with him. Some people love that bubble wrap for that satisfying pop. Until the sheet is flattened out, they just can't seem to stop. And really, there's no telling what exactly is the appeal. It's pointless, yet compelling, in a way that's all too real. And that's the bottom line of the annoying things I do. See, I just like to start shit with you. yes I do. I love to catch you dead asleep or otherwise unawares, then park my face beneath your nose and loudly count the hairs. 1, 2, 3. It's nothing I can justify, it's awful through and through. How much I love to start shit with you. You know I wouldn't piss you off if I could help it. I'd cut it out this minute if I could. I'd probably burn forever in a hell pit. Help it. Help it. Oh, yeah, that's pretty good. If I do say so. I know you hate my homonyms and all my stupid puns, but like a melted G.I. Joe, I'm sticking to my guns. I've got no evil motive, it's just fun, but while I'm at it, it'd really get your goat if, say, I took this tune and scat it. I just like to start shit with you. You know I wish I didn't have to prod and poke you, but you used to be more willing just to play, and I wouldn't make this effort to provoke you if you'd only give me time of day. My will is pretty stubborn when there's something that it wants. And brother, all it wants from you is simply a response. I've tried 100 strategies, from cool to coy to cloying, but you're seemingly immune to all the weapons I'm deploying. And even though I know you'll find me all the more annoying, and hence the thing I'm after I am actively destroying, it seems my only choice is sitting back and just enjoy. The way your stony face becomes that ready purple hue when I begin to start shit with you. And don't think that you're replaceable. No, no one else will do. I only want to start shit. This is from the heart shit. I only want to start shit with you. With you. Nothing can give me the pleasure I get when I'm zealously hellbent on starting some shit with you. Matthew. I've had some fun with my brother for sure. But I think I get my love of pranking from my father. You see, he was one of 4 boys, and my whole life all I've done is prank and play tricks on each other. Sometimes they were funny. A lot of times they weren't. They were almost always completely inappropriate for me to be witnessing. But my dad is also credited with being the reason why I sing. When I was just 4 years old, he put me in front of a camera and he handed me a spoon for a microphone and he had me sing "It's Too Darn Hot." Questionable, right? But it was a classic, right? And I still know that song to this day very well, with a totally different meaning. But it feels like only yesterday I was that little girl singing in the living room. My dad chased monsters from the dark. He checked underneath my bed. He could lift me with one arm, way up over top his head. He could loosen rusty bolts with the quick turn of his wrench. He pulled splinters from his hand. He never even flinched. In 13 years I've never seen him cry, but on the day that Grandpa died, I realized unsinkable ships sink, unbreakable walls break. Sometimes the things you think would never July 2021. I was out with my friends and I received a text message from my mom. Dad had a stroke. My world suddenly became quiet as everything came to a screeching halt. And I wondered, would I ever see my father again? My dad lost his entire left side, and over the course of the next 4 months, he had to learn how to walk, talk, and swallow again. Hospitals and rehab facilities became my second home. My dad, my personal taxi driver, wouldn't drive again. An avid runner and my marathon buddy would be sidelined for the foreseeable future. My family's life changed in an instant. And while my dad is never going to be the same, Joe Spano version 2.0 can walk over 1.5 miles. And his story is a source of inspiration for myself and many others. Life moves fast. It's important to stop and appreciate where we are in this very moment and spend time with those that we love, because no one is above the impossible. So don't tell me that it's over. Don't give up on you and me, 'cause there's no such thing as hopeless if you believe. Unsinkable ships sink, unbreakable walls break. Sometimes the things you think would never happen just like that. Unbendable steel bends. If the fury of the wind is unstoppable, I've learned to never underestimate the impossible. The impossible. All right, so my dad and I share a love of running. He's run 3 full marathons and a bunch of half marathons, and I was the first person to start running, and then he started to join me and my friends. And a funny thing happened, because my friends now have become his friends throughout the process, and that's been very interesting to watch. And you might think, God, 26.2 miles, isn't that nuts? Like, why would you do that? And it is nuts, okay? It is kind of crazy. And it was never on my bucket list, but I sort of just fell into it. In 2011, my uncle was diagnosed with leukemia, and I wanted to do something for him. So I heard of this organization called the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society, and that you could run a half marathon with them. So of course I signed up. I couldn't run a mile, first of all, and it never dawned on me that you can just raise money for a cause without having to run or something crazy. I've learned that now. But a funny thing happened. I got a coach and I started receiving emails, and I was invited to these group runs every Saturday, and I met a bunch of people who were on my team, and week after week, we went a little bit farther than we ever thought we could. And we just kept stretching what we ever thought was possible for us. And if one of us was struggling, we'd pull them along. These people have become my family. It's such a special bond that we've created that's really hard to put into words when you see people at their highs and their ultimate lows. And I'm very grateful for my entire running family. A few weeks ago, maybe more like 2 months now, no, 6 weeks, I ran the Berlin Marathon, as well as some other people in this room. They also ran the Berlin Marathon. They're a little crazier than me. They also ran a couple after that. And I thought it'd be fun to go back in time and let's run that marathon together. I wake up, anxious for what the day holds. I put Body Glide on every single part of my body that could potentially chafe. And I eat a Pop-Tart and I walk 1.5 miles to the start. Tonight, I'm gonna have myself a real good time. I feel alive, and the world, I'll turn it inside out, yeah. I'm floating around in
zwei, eins, go!
Cause I'm having a good time, having a good time. I'm a shooting star leaping through the sky like a tiger, defying the laws of gravity. I'm a racing car passing by like Lady Godiva. I'm gonna go, go, go. There's no stopping me. I'm burning through the sky, yeah. 200 degrees, that's why they call me Miss Fahrenheit. I'm traveling at the speed of light. Oh, a hill. I mean, I know the world isn't flat, but come on. Okay, all right. I got 23 miles to go. I can't let those things zap my energy. Don't stop me now. I'm having such a good time. I'm having a ball. Don't stop me now. If you wanna have a good time, just give me a call. Don't stop me, cause I'm having a good time. Don't stop me, cause I'm having a good time. I don't wanna stop at all. I went out too fast. Alright, I gotta slow down. I'm gonna burn out. Okay, here we go. I do my hair, toss, check my legs.
Baby, how you feeling?
Feeling good as hell. Hydrate, check my pace.
Baby, how you feeling?
Feeling good as hell. Feeling good as hell.
Baby, how you feeling?
Feeling good as hell. Ooh, girl, time to kick off your shoes. Take a deep breath. Focused on you. All the big fights, long nights that you've been through. I got a bottle of tequila saved for when I'm through. Hey, I passed that guy miles ago. Why is that 80-year-old man passing me? Whoa, we're halfway there. Whoa, living on a prayer. Take my hand, we'll make it, I swear. Whoa, living on a prayer. Living on a prayer. 13.1 miles, the halfway point. Just 13.1 miles to go. All right, this is where the real race begins. I let the crowds fade away as I pump up the volume on my music. Yeah, I'm free. I'm free falling. Yeah, I'm free. I'm free falling. God, at mile 17. How many more miles? I don't know, I can't do math. I'm delirious. Is somebody playing taps? Am I dead? Nana, is that you? And then an angel appeared in the form of a runner. You see, she was struggling too, and we became instant BFFs. And she entertained me with stories. Like, for instance, she was so upset with her husband because he never saw her during the race that she planned to divorce him right after. All right? We're gonna do this last 7 miles together. Don't stop believing. Hold on to that feeling. Street lights, people. Don't stop believing. Hold on to that feeling. Street lights, people. I think I'm actually having fun. Yeah. God, the miles just pass away. What's that I'm hearing? You know, I hear this song at every single race in the US. I had no idea it was an international phenomenon. It's welcoming me home. Someday, girl, I don't know when we're gonna get to that place where we really wanna go, and we'll walk in the sun. But till then, tramps like us, baby, we were born to run. I can see the finish. Tramps like us, baby, we were born to run. I did it, I got my medal. Tramps like us, now I have to walk 1.5 miles back to my hotel. We do have some marathoners in the room. Is that accurate? So I don't know if that was an advertisement to do one or just to stay away from it. First time I've ever done one in heels, though, I'll tell you that much. And now I think I need to sit down. Whew, take a load off, you know? So they say that dog is man's best friend. And while that may be true, I have a kick-ass group of human friends that will always go above and beyond. Need to stalk an ex-boyfriend? They'll hold the binoculars. Need to throw up after one too many cocktails? They'll hold your hair. Thanks for that, Michelle. Yeah. Not one time. But if you need to be consoled after the loss of a loved one, they'll hold your hand. You have my heart, and we'll never be worlds apart. Maybe in magazines, but you'll still be my star, baby, 'cause in the dark, you can't see shiny cars, and that's when you need me there. With you I'll always share. These fancy things will never come in between. You're part of my entity, here for an eternity. When the world has took its part, when the war has dealt its cards, if the hand is hard, together we'll mend your heart. Because when the sun shines, we shine together. Told you I'll be here forever. Said I'll always be your friend. Took an oath and I'll stick it out to the end. Now that it's raining more than ever, know that we'll still have each other. You can stand under my umbrella. You can run into my arms. It's okay, don't be alarmed. Come into me, there's no distance in between our love. Gonna let the rain fall. I'll be all you need and more. Because when the sun shines, we'll shine together. Told you I'll be here forever. Said I'll always be your friend. Took an oath and I'll stick it out to the end. Now that it's raining more than ever, know that we'll still have each other. You can stand under my umbrella. You can stand under my umbrella. Under my umbrella. Under my umbrella. Under my umbrella. Under my It's raining. Ooh, baby, it's raining. Come into me. Come into me. It's raining. Ooh, baby, it's raining. Come into me. You can stand under my umbrella. I'm a sweaty mess. I'm still recovering from the marathon, as you can see. So, I have a recent addition to the family that I'd like to talk about for a second. In March, I rescued an adorable little mini poodle named Sammy Davis Jr. And he has brought more love and joy to my life than I ever could have imagined. Would you like to see a picture, maybe? Okay, it's a little small. I'm not sure if you can see it, but bear with me. And this is not his costume. This is just how he prefers to dress. Very high maintenance pup. You know, I never thought I would be one of those crazy dog people. Yet, here I am. I'm just walking my dog, singing my song, strolling along. It's just me and my dog, catching some sun. We can't go wrong. My life was lonely and blue. Yeah, I was sad as a sailor. I was an angry one too. Then there was you, appeared while I was entangled with youth and fear. My nerves jingled, jangled, vermouth and beer were getting me tangled up. And then I looked in your eyes, and I was no more a failure. He looked so wacky and wise. And I said, Lord, I'm happy 'cause I'm just walking my dog, singing my song, strolling along. It's just me and my dog, catching some sun. We can't go wrong. And I don't care about your hating and your doubt. And I don't care what the politicians spout. If you need a companion, then just go right to the pound and get yourself a hound and make that doggy proud, 'cause that's what it's all about. My life was tragic and sad. I was the archetypal loser. I was the pageant gone bad. Then there was you on time and wagging your tail in the cutest mime, but you was in jail. I said, woof, be mine. You gave me a wail, and then I was no longer alone. And I was no more a failure. We'll make the happiest home. And I said, Lord, I'm happy 'cause I'm just walking my dog, singing my song, strolling along. It's just me and my dog, catching some sun. We can't go wrong. And I don't care about your hating and your doubt. And I don't care what the politicians spout. If you need a companion, then just go right to the pound and get yourself a hound and make that doggy proud, 'cause that's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. Wow, wow. That's what it's all about. Good dog. All right, Sammy, that was fun, but you gotta go to bed now. Goodbye. He's so good. He's actually just about as quiet in real life. Really, I have a silent dog. I got very lucky with that. So now let's go back to grandmothers for a second. But not Nana, the other one. My mom's mom, my grandma, was the polar opposite of Nana. She never owned a pair of jeans or a pair of sneakers in her life. She always wore slacks with a heel and a full face of makeup. In 8th grade, I had this very tight-knit group of friends, and we did everything together. And there was one boy in the group named Albert, okay, but the rest of us were girls. And this one day, we wanted to watch a movie in my room, and Grandma wouldn't let us because of Albert. And our motives were completely innocent, I swear. But she said, across the land, in every home, in humble hut or Pleasure Dome. I know there's dirty doings going on. The man who seeks the fancy whore, the boy who locks the bedroom door. Oh yes, I know there's dirty doings going on. So heed this golden rule to save you from your fate. You must mend your ways before it's too late. Repent, repent, repent. Stop those dirty little doings, every man and boy and wife. Repent, repent, repent. Dance with wicked little doings when they're screwing up your life. Walk the narrow path, my friends. Keep your thinking pure. Try to lift your mind, my friends, a notch above the sore. Repent, repent, repent. Reform, reform, reform. Take a nice icy shower when you're feeling warm. Da, 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 da. In every town we're passing through, beneath the bush, inside the zoo, I know there's dirty doings going on. The devil tempts us every day. The backseat of a Chevrolet could be the place with dirty doings going on. So heed this simple rule to save you from your doom. Do only what you do with grandma in the room. Repent, repent, repent. In the fiery pit of Hades, it's too late for your laments. Repent, repent, repent. There's a fiery pit for ladies and a fiery pit for gents. Now's the time to choose, my friends, the afterlife you'll fit. Waltzing on a cloud, my friend, or turning on a spit. Repent, repent, repent. Though sinning may seem swell, repent, recant, return, reform, repent or go to hell. Grandma, it's just a movie. That song isn't really much of an exaggeration on her. So my grandmother and my Nana, as I've said, were two completely different people. But they have both been major influences in my life. Two of my favorite people on the planet. I love them dearly. And I miss them very much. Phone's off the hook. No one knows where we are. It's a long time since I drank champagne. The ocean is blue as your eyes. I'm gonna take it with me when I go. Old, long since gone. Now, way back when we lived in Coney Island, ain't no good thing ever dies. I'm gonna take it with me when I go. Far, far away, a train whistle blows. Wherever you're going, wherever you've been, waving goodbye at the end of the day. You're up and you're over and you're far away. days. We fell asleep on Nana's porch. I'm gonna take it with me when I go. All broken down by the side of the road, I was never more alive or alone. I've worn the faces off all the cards. I'm gonna take it with me when I go. Children are playing at the end of the day. Strangers are singing on our lawn. There's got to be more than flesh and bone. When all that you've loved is all you own. In a land, there's a town, and in that town, there's a house, and in that house, there's a woman. And in that woman, there's a heart I love. I'm gonna take it with me when I go. I'm gonna take it with me when I go. There's one thing I can always depend on my friends and my family for, and that is to tell the truth. Whether it's learning how my cousin was conceived, why Nana really married Papa, or just stories at my mom's time working in Bloomingdale's. These people keep it real. If you look for tenderness, it isn't hard to find. You can have the love you need to live. But if you look for truthfulness, you might just as well be blind. It always seems to be so hard to give. Honesty is such a lonely word. Everyone is so untrue. Honesty is hardly ever heard, and mostly what I need from you. I can always find someone to say they sympathize if I wear my heart out on my sleeve. But I don't want some pretty face to tell me pretty lies. All I want is someone who believes. Honesty is such a lonely word. Everyone is so untrue. Honesty is hardly ever heard, and mostly what I need from you. I could find a lover, I could find a friend, I could have security until the bitter end. Anyone can comfort me with promises again. I know when I'm deep inside of me. Don't be too concerned. I won't ask for nothing while I'm gone. But when I want sincerity, tell me where else can I turn? 'Cause you're Thank you all so much. This evening just flew by in an instant. I would like to thank Sydney Meyer and Don't Tell Mama for having me. I feel like I have grown up on this stage, quite literally. I've been doing this for a long time here, and I'm so thankful that they continue to have me back. I would like to thank Adam DiCarlo on Lights and Sound. He's doing wonderful work. Thank you so much, Adam. I would like to thank our wait staff, Hannah and Randy. Please take care of them tonight. They are working very hard. I'd like to thank my dad, Joe Spano, for his postcard design and for his family for giving me stories to tell. And where would I be without my team, my amazing team? Tracy Stark is my musical director. Give it up for Tracy. She is a whiz. Not only is she talented, she's kind, she's generous. She brings out the best in me. She comes up with so many brilliant ideas, and I'm so lucky to work with her. And we're matching tonight, which I really enjoy as well. So thank you, Tracy. And we're also two Jersey girls, which really makes it super special. And where would I be without my director, Lenny Watts? He is so extraordinary. If you're looking for somebody to keep it real like my family, then go directly to Lenny. He will tell you the good, the bad, and the ugly, and he will bring out the best in you every single time. I'm so thankful for your genius and your help in this. Thank you very, very much. And lastly, there wouldn't be a show without all of you here. So I really, from the bottom of my heart, thank you so much for spending your night with me tonight and for your support as I continue to pursue my passions. It means the world. You've been a great audience, and I thank you so, so much for being here. You guys have been wonderful. To be 100 and never see the 7 wonders, that'll be alright. If I don't make it to the big leagues, if I never win the Grammy, I know I'll be alright, 'cause I know exactly who I am. Spitting image of my father, and when the day is done, my mama's still my biggest fan. Sometimes I'm clueless and I'm clumsy, but I got friends that love me, and they know just where I stand. It's all a part of me, and that's who I am. So when I make a big mistake and I fall flat on my face, I know I'll be alright. Should my tender heart be broken, I will cry those teardrops knowing I'm gonna be alright, 'cause nothing changes who I am. I'm Carmela's granddaughter, the spitting image of my father, and when the day is done, my mama's still my biggest fan. Sometimes I'm clueless and I'm clumsy, but I got friends that love me, and they know just where I stand. It's all a part of me, and that's who I am. I'm a saint and I'm a sinner, I'm a loser, I'm a winner. I am steady and I'm stable, I am young but I am able. I'm Carmela's granddaughter, the spitting image of my father. And when the day is done, my mama's still my biggest fan. Sometimes I'm clueless and I'm clumsy, but I got friends that love me, and they know just where I stand.
Ladies and gentlemen, Nicole Spano.
That was coming, but I think this last song I'll leave you with has something in it for everybody, because family, we all got them. There for your first year, they'll give you your first beer. When you get your heart broke, they're there for your worst year. Don't get you at all, but your apple don't fall too far from them. They own too much wicker and drink too much liquor. You'd wash your hands of them, but blood's always thicker. Don't get you at all, but your apple don't fall too far from them. 'Cause family is family in church or in prison. You get what you get and you don't get to pick them. They might smoke like chimneys but give you their kidneys. Yeah, friends come in handy, but family is family. They're there when you're married, divorced, then remarried. You fall out of touch, but then someone gets buried, and you're right back together like no time has ever gone by. Can't live with or without them. You might talk about them, but if someone else does, well then you'll knock them out. 'Cause when it's all said and done, they're the only ones that you got. 'Cause family is family in church or in prison. You get what you get and you don't get to pick them. They might smoke like chimneys but give you their kidneys. Yeah, friends come in handy, but family is family. Family is funny, they'll ask you for money, even though they know you ain't got no money. They'll show up at Christmas, get up in your business. They may not be fancy, but family is family. You might look just like them, don't mean that you're like them, but you love them.
One more time for Nicole Spano.